Down below, y'all, today we are going to be talking about a therapist.
Yes.
That has decided to no longer take black male clients.
Nope, she did not say black men.
What
I
did
know
she
a
say?
lot of them
Male
were coming
clients?
for her. She said male clients.
Male clients.
Right. I think
My
people
mistake,
assume. I think people assume. And I can see why.
Yeah.
Because, this is what she said. There was a part where she says
She's not going to be taking male clients.
she's going to be taking black female clients. She says.
Yeah, but she said that.
Black
That's
women.
black
But
male.
she didn't say black men though. But
Okay.
she said black women who are overcoming perfectionism.
Right.
Because she is black and then there's like a skull face. I don't know what that means.
Dead. Does the skull mean dead? The skull
I actually
emoji.
don't know what it means. But
is it the skull emoji?
I think it was a skull. It was like some kind of like a white face with black eyes. Anyway, she said because I'm black and just went like this, right? So I don't know what that means. If you know what it means, let us know. However, her name is Nicole Lewis. She comes from Mississippi. She was on TikTok and she was saying a lot of men have been in her inbox, and she says they're always like asking her to prove herself to them.
Right.
Like, you're coming to me for services, but you want me to prove myself to you. It's like they want to have these free consultations. They're coming in with, what can you do for me? And she's like, I'm not doing any consultations. They want to know what her treatment modalities are. She says it's like they want free emotional labor. And she's like, they're emotionally trying her. They are triggering her nerves. They are violating her boundaries. And she has been harmed enough for a lifetime and will not be harmed by her clients. So moving forward, she is going to be seeing black women who are overcoming perfectionism. She finishes with, if you are trying me before the therapeutic relationship starts, I know you are out here being a menace to folks. So a lot of people were coming for her, especially men, and saying really disgusting things, like wishing harm on her and all kinds of things. But there was something that was really interesting. There was one guy on Twitter who said this. He says, we as men desperately need the services, so I'm asking that the ladies have a little patience with us. We don't know why we do what we do half the time. And
why don't you ask the brothers to be kinder and more and get themselves together and be emotionally stable instead of asking the women to instead of asking the women to be patient with your raggedy self. Like, please.
I think he was
be
coming
patient,
from a good
ladies.
place.
You need to talk to the men. Why is it the women we always have to acquiesce to the men's foolishness? It's stupid. And go talk to your brothers that are traumatizing us. Go talk to them.
So, I just felt like the people who are wishing her harm, I think you're just disgusting for that. Like, if she's a counselor, every counselor has who they want to see. Yeah. There are some counselors, they don't see women, right? No, women or children or whatever, right? Yeah. Like, every counselor has, I know for myself, when I was wanting to have counseling, I wanted a woman counselor. And I remember I kept on calling, just going through the list that my insurance had given me of all the women counselors. And, I needed help right then and there.
Yeah.
And the only person I found was actually a man.
Yeah.
And I did not want a male counselor, for sure. Just like I don't do male doctors, I don't do male counselors. Because I'm a woman, I want a female doctor. So it's the same thing. But I found a male counselor. He was able to see me that very day.
Yeah.
And then we ended up continuing with him.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Because I was, at a time, we were going through, as a family, we were going through some stuff. And I felt like I had been against therapy for such a long time. Yeah. I think the kids kind of like were feeling the same way I felt about it. So I thought, hey, if I go, then they will go. Because I knew at that time we all needed it. So we went. He was a man. And actually, he was great.
Yeah.
Right? He was a man for myself and for my children. So we saw him, I think, for almost a year,
Yeah.
and then you were done, and then we actually moved, and I continued with a female therapist because we moved out of that area. Insurance changed, so I now had a female therapist, and your brother actually had a female therapist. So sometimes he'll have a male therapist.
Yeah.
And he seems to be doing fine, with either one. I felt bad though when she said she's not seeing male therapists because I don't know what I'll do if, my son's female therapist is like, I'm not seeing men anymore.
Yeah.
I think we will just feel so bad. Like this woman, when my son was feeling very depressed, like she will actually come to the house. There's a time she came, she's come a couple of times. She will actually wash his hair.
Yeah.
Because, anyone who has been depressed for a long period of time, the first thing that goes is our personal hygiene.
Healthcare.
That's
Self-care, I mean.
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
he has a lot of hair. And, but she came to the house. Because we were arguing for, hey, we have to do your hair. We have to do your hair. Every day was a thing. And so she was like, Mom, I want you to just be mom.
Yeah.
I'll be the therapist.
Right.
Let him get that love and nurturing from you, and then I can be the bad guy. But
Yeah.
she came, and it was so sweet. She washed his hair and then cornrowed it for me,
Yeah.
and she has done that again. So that's something a male therapist could not have given him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was a blessing.
Yeah.
So he has both, So that was the only thing that was like, oh man, if I had a female therapist, like tell my son now, I can't see you, I'm seeing women, only
Yeah.
women, I will feel so bad for him.
Yeah.
So that was the only thing. But I think that it's her right. Like, obviously, this is what her experience is
Right.
with male clients, and she does not want to see them anymore. I
Yeah.
think it's perfectly within her rights.
Yeah.
I really think so. And I don't think anyone should be wishing her harm.
Yeah,
and
that's
wishing her all
ridiculous.
those disgusting things that they were saying. I don't think that was right at all.
Yeah.
I really don't think that was right.
Yeah, not at all.
I just feel like she sounded so tired. It made me think like, what exactly have they been doing? Maybe some things that she has not even said.
Yeah.
And then also I think to myself, I wonder if sometimes, when you have a female client, when you have a female therapist, I wonder to myself if, like, some of them, it's like they don't want to take advice
Yeah.
from a woman. That's kind of what, like,
That's
it
also
sounded
can be the
like.
thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it's also sounding like this is how I feel. If you will not DM, if this was a male psychiatrist,
Right.
and you as a man will not DM him what you DM to her, then you know that you're not doing the right thing.
Yeah.
If you will not demand the same thing from a male doctor that you do demand from her, then that means that you yourself are showing bias.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. What do you think about her not wanting to see male clients?
I mean, that's her prerogative. If she
That's
is
what I
done
think.
and sick and tired of men coming at her neck, then I will not be seeing men. At the
Yeah.
end of the day, I need to make sure that I'm doing everything I need to do in order to be
Yes.
the best therapist.
Yes.
And if that helps me by not seeing men, then hey, that's what I'm
Yeah.
going to do.
And maybe she's had so many awful experiences. So even if she sees someone who, she wants to be the best therapist
Yeah.
for her client. And if that means that when she sees a male client, she starts, getting triggered because of past experiences,
Yeah.
then she will not be a good therapist for men anyway.
And the thing is, she's
You know,
not
that's
the
how I
last
feel.
therapist on the planet.
No.
So y'all can go to someone else.
And that's how I
obviously.
feel. I remember when I was calling, just going straight down the road, that my insurance gave me a list. I just called each one. If they said, oh, I'm not seeing you for whatever reason, or they asked me my age, oh, I don't see people this age bracket, whatever it was, oh, I only deal with domestic violence issues, like whatever it was that they said no. Like I was just going down the list with all women.
Yeah.
And they said no. I mean, like, I'm not going to get upset.
Yeah.
I just go to the next person, and it happened to be a man. I called all the women I called.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, well, let me try a man. And he was available.
So, I mean, it is.
And I went there, and I was so happy that he took women. Yeah, so.
And why would you want to see a therapist who don't want to see you as a man? Why would you want that energy?
Exactly.
So I
exactly.
mean,
And
stop going places where you're not wanted.
And let me tell you a story about that. I was working at this doctor's office in Virginia, right? And I was one of the medical staff, right? The medical, as I was actually a medical assistant at that time. And I remember one of the doctors who, he was a family doctor, but he'll also do the pap smear on the women. But he hated doing pap smears. And anytime he came out of a room that he had to do a pap smear, he'll be rolling his eyes. And even before he went to the room, and he's looking like, oh, she's here for a pap smear. He hated doing it. He hated doing it. But I guess he was not the only doctor. There were there were 4 of them. So he couldn't discriminate, because it's not my practice. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
So it's like, this is who they're telling me to see, and I can't go and say I don't want to do pap smears. But he will have this look before he goes for the pap smear, and when he comes out, he'll be rolling his eyes and talking about that. And it's never flattering. And I remember one of my relatives went there. And I said to this person, not immediate relative, but I said to this person, I said, and all of the doctors were men, but there was a nurse practitioner who was a woman. And she also could do the pap smears. And I said, you really need to go and see the woman instead. Don't go see these men for a checkup. Now, because I work there, I can't say this is how this doctor behaves. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have, I'm just not I don't talk about what goes on in my work.
Isn't that in the contract though, or no?
No, but I just feel as a health professional, for me, it's just a professional thing.
Yeah.
Right? So I couldn't tell her, because I am actually working there. I'm active there. I'm not going to badmouth the place or whatever where I work. And that was just my policy. And she was arguing with me. Oh, no. Let me tell you, Amma, I only use male doctors. Because the female doctors, I don't know if they're jealous of me or blase. They always have a nasty attitude and blah, blah, blah. And she was saying all of this stuff. And I was just like, I said, I work there, and I'm really telling you, you need to. Oh, no. Even the day she came, oh, no. I even put her with the nurse practitioner. And she went, and she's like, oh, no, I wanted to see this doctor, because she knew that there were 4 male doctors there. I had told her that. And she wanted to see one of them. She goes into that room with that doctor who, before he goes in, he's making all kinds of looks and all kinds of things. And I caught him. Of course, he was trying not to do, because he knows I brought her in. But I caught him rolling his eyes. And when he came out, he didn't have anything favorable to say, because the nurse manager told me what he had said. And I go to this lady after she finished. I was like, well, how was it? Oh, it was great. He was so nice. He was so gentle. I was like, oh, okay. But yeah. So there are some people So that's goes back to what you were saying.
Yeah.
Why do you want to be with a woman anyway who does not want to see men?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I will never go to a
That might
male
affect how
therapist.
they work.
Yeah.
I mean, even though he was gentle, quote unquote, she might not have told you everything because you told her not to go see a male doctor.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
No. She was actually real genuine. She was genuine. She was very happy.
Well, my thing is, even if you were genuine with me, God forbid you go talk about me in my private parts like a dog.
Well, this is what I'm saying. That's why I was like, it comes to a point. This is why, with all of even your doctors, like especially if you're gonna be involved like that, like if you're gonna go for a pap smear, I'm like, we're gonna have to get a female.
I've never been there with pap smear.
Yeah, you've had one. You've had one before. It's I don't go. I don't let you
Anyway,
go
I can't
often.
remember.
The pap smear is just when you go and you just look. They just look inside.
Oh!
Yeah.
I thought it was when you check for like cancer and stuff.
Yeah. But they are actually checking for that. They
Oh,
are actually
okay,
checking
okay,
for that.
okay.
Yes. So yes, you are actually correct. But of
Okay,
course,
next-
yeah.
Next topic.
We're telling all our business here, Lord. But yeah, but that's why I'm like, it will be a female patient and stuff, just because, like you, and that's because of my experience, because you just don't know.
Yeah.
I'd rather let it be if a woman gonna talk bad about me, about my private parts, please let it be a woman, another woman. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have the female doctor talk bad about me than a male doctor where I'm already feeling, you know what I'm saying, and having bad things to say.
I mean, I wouldn't want anyone talking bad about my private part,
Yes,
regardless.
we don't.
But
I
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Rather a woman than a man,
Yeah.
because then
It's just
because
too
my
much.
thing is, you're a
It would
man,
be
you
like
don't
a
really
violation.
understand what's going on.
Exactly.
You're not a woman.
Like, yeah, so I was
So-
just like, no, I'd rather not. So, yeah, and actually when she left, she was like, and he was really cute. And I was just thinking, oh God. I said, but after that, the next time I was working somewhere else and she wanted to come by that facility, I was like, oh no, I will not be there. Yeah, I never brought her in anywhere I was because she's not going to listen to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel let this woman go ahead
Let her
and
do
do
her
her.
thing. Kind of let her do her thing.
That's what I think, and I don't think anyone should be trying to get her license revoked or anything like that.
That's
She's
stupid.
just saying
That's her practice.
that this has been my experience with men, and she did say that she's been harmed. She says she has been harmed to last her a lifetime. This is what she says. She says, I have been harmed enough for a lifetime, and I will not be harmed by my clients.
Yeah.
So this is a woman who's, she has her boundaries.
Right.
Obviously, they were violated here,
Yeah.
right? Because she said these men have been emotionally trying. They have violated her boundaries. They want to get free emotional labor. They have triggered her nerves. And so I totally support her. Not because, a lot of times people feel like because you are in a profession that is supposed to help people,
Yeah.
people erroneously feel that you need to help everyone. And no, you don't have to help everyone. You don't. Okay? You get to choose who you want to help. This is her profession. Okay? So it's not because she's a therapist means that she herself doesn't need therapy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's just like that
She
movie,
has to do what
Prime.
is right for her in
Yeah.
her profession. We get to go and choose the jobs that we want to go to and
That's
work
true.
in.
Mhm.
Why can't she be able to say, like she has her own business as a counselor, right? These are the people that I'm seeing. Full stop, the end. So what? I deal with women. I work for women. This is what this is. What is wrong with that? To say it's women that I see. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
This is her experience. I'm not going to not validate her experience. This is her experience with men. She does not want to see them anymore.
Hello.
There are thousands, hundreds and thousands of therapists around the world. you can find one. It does not have to be her.
Yeah.
And that's just how I feel.
But it's Mary.
And Alma.
Give you guys a like,
Share,
subscribe,
and comment down below. What do you think? And all these people coming for her, most of them men, coming for her on Twitter and really saying vile things. Some of the things they say, I cannot even
threats
repeat.
on her life.
I can't even repeat it here. I will not even repeat it here. But it's disgusting.
Stop
It's
terrorizing the
disgusting.
community and stop terrorizing women.
All because a woman says, no, I'm not going to see you as a patient anymore. I'm going to be seeing women. What is your problem with that? There's somebody else. I'm sure there's a male counselor there who only sees men. He
Yeah.
doesn't see women. Maybe he's had some bad experience with women, and I only see women. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So,
But